Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is truly incredible. Today is our 2-year anniversary. That's right, 2 years ago today, we opened up the Reptarium. Of course, it was the Reptarium 1.0, and I tell you what, at that year anniversary, we had a pretty big bash. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Come on, Daddy, let's go. Come on, bud, come on. That's my buddy. And you know, this year is a little bit different. I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, we can't have a big bash here. Here you go, Daddy, have some more. Here you go, bud. Because there is you know, like a global pandemic going on. Whatever you think about that, doesn't matter. We're not allowed to have a big bash where there's 700 people that come in. But I do want to celebrate with each of you guys because it is a great milestone, 2 years. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. When we started this 2 years ago, I wasn't 100% sure that it was even going to work. And what I meant by that was, could it work? You know, would animals get too stressed out by being handled too much? Would people get maybe hurt by getting bit? You know, I mean, there was a lot to think about. You know, I don't know that there was ever a super interactive reptile zoo ever open where, you know, 80% of the animals could come out. So we had a lot of work ahead of us. And again, the first thing we wanted to make sure is the animals wouldn't stress out, right? And that's why we're only open 15 hours a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 5 hours per day. It's because we felt that that was the right amount of time that the animals wouldn't get overstressed. Sure, we do events during the week, but it's pretty limited. The majority of the time, these guys have time off so they can just chill out. We can feed them. We can personally work with them. And of course, animals like Perdita here really do seem to love being handled. So I think the 15 hours was the perfect amount of time for the animals. That being said, I was concerned about our patrons too, walking through the door. And I am happy to say 2 years into this, we haven't had a bite. We haven't had a person injured. We haven't had anything bad happen. So that's a testament not only to the way we work with our animals, but also my crew, because, you know, we have to read the animals. I'm going to be honest with you, one of the biggest things that we've taken from this last 2 years is not just reading the animals, but reading the people, right? You have to read how people are dealing with the animals as much as the animals are dealing with the people. So we did learn a lot in the last 2 years. You know, Reptarium 1.0 was kind of an experiment. I'm not going to lie to you. Didn't know if it was going to work. And at the end of the day, it was exactly what we hoped for and more. The animals were doing great. They had adjusted. They seemed to actually be thriving. People loved it, and we actually even expanded a little bit more than I originally thought. When we first opened, I thought, well, we take out this animal, this animal, this animal, and we started to realize we could do a lot more, even with behavioral training like we did with Elvis. You know, we didn't offer feedings to stuff like alligators and Elvis and other monitors at that point, and we started realizing, like, wow, we can actually add these experiences. So that experiment not only really went amazingly well, but we ended up learning so much more and being able to bring so many more cool experiences than we ever thought when we first opened up. And at the end of that first year, we definitely had a bath. Absolutely humbled by the amount of people that came out and are hanging out with us. Not only outside, the zoo inside is packed with people, so we're having a great time and seeing a lot of new faces, which I'm super excited about.
This is phenomenal. We're so excited to be part of it, to be here. The crowd keeps coming in. Inside's packed, outside's packed. Love it.
Oh my gosh, it's so busy. It's so awesome. So many happy people. Thirsty. I'm selling lots of drinks.
To meet, he is always a crowd favorite. He's an absolutely beautiful animal. I love this guy to death, and I know everyone else does. I mean, after all, when can you go and hang out with a 6-foot, 100-pound alligator that's friendly, right? So let's go have some fun. After we had spent a year, we were definitely ready to expand to 2.0, and we wanted to take all the lessons that we learned, not only from the animal, the behavior side, the enclosure side, how things flowed, traffic, the whole shot. We wanted to take and apply that to everything we could to 2.0, from the enclosures to the layout to just everything that we had learned. And trust me, that first year we learned a lot. Good to see you. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. How are you? What's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hey, good to see you, man. How you doing? Good, good, good. How's everything going? Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you guys. Hi. Bam. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I hope we have a good time tonight, all right? Hey, how are you?
So how long is this, or what? We just...
So it's your birthday. So we literally knocked this wall down right here as an opening. We made a couple trips to Texas to build enclosures. Well, more than a couple trips to Texas. I may have banged my finger a few times. I did a lot of screwing and gluing. And then we were ready for the install of 2.0. Alright, so last screw for this one. Floor is in. This thing is absolutely amazing. 8 hours until install time, and of course, a big snowstorm. Go figure. Going for it, Stuart? So the truck is here. We're about to see. Let's hope there's not a bunch of little pieces in there. Don't kill yourself, man. I forgot to pay my insurance last month, man.
Wait, you have insurance?
No, I don't. We ended up opening up on Friday the 13th, and we made jokes about it, you know, like, who opens a business on Friday the 13th? That's kind of crazy, right? But we thought, you know, what possibly could go wrong? So we had an unbelievable turnout. Friday the 13th, Saturday the 14th, Sunday the 15th, and then Monday the 16th. Well, you guys may have heard of this little problem that went around the entire world called Corona, and we were shut down. But listen, the first weekend was pretty epic. Literally 1 minute to open. You excited?
I am excited. It looks like there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, it looks like the line's pretty good. So
crazy day.
Crazy
so
day
let's
to get
just get it going.
All right, you guys ready to open up? Let's go do this. What's going on, man? How are you? Like, that's old school shirt right there, man. That's good stuff. How you doing, man? Thank you guys for coming.
New Jersey.
Oh, thank you so much. How you guys doing out there? Yeah. You know,
biggest space like this, now double, it doesn't feel suffocating like it did before.
Oh my God, I totally agree.
Yeah, even though it's hot, but it's not suffocating, and you can just step outside.
Well, just as much as this is Brian's day, it's also your day. Congratulations, you guys crushed it, and this is awesome. Seriously, I'm glad to be a part of it. Beach ball.
Now keep in mind she may pee on people, so keep that part away from your anything important.
Potato.
Nothing bad can happen here. Lucy's out. He's actually, ironically enough, in a really good mood tonight. There it goes. Eruption! That's alright! Oh yeah! As the night's winding down, you know, we're just kind of finishing up the VIP party. It's been absolutely incredible. When we first shut down, we all thought that we'd be closed down for maybe 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. Who would have known we were shut down for 3 entire months, over 3 months to be totally honest with you. But we had to pivot, we had to do something, right? So we ended up really moving towards virtual tours. You guys know that this was a hard time for me personally. I've documented it, I've taken you guys on the journey, and that time was difficult, you know. I mean, it really hit me hard mentally. You know, my anxiety was through the roof, and if it wasn't for you guys supporting me, not only through the virtual tours, but also encouragements, prayers, comments, all the things you guys did, I don't know that I would be sitting here right now enjoying the 2nd year anniversary, to be honest with you. But the fact is that it was harder than I could have ever imagined it being. But it was amazing. At the end of May, out of nowhere, we got word that we could open up, albeit to a limited number of only 10 people. Today's the day, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little bit nervous, I'm a little bit anxious. It's been a long time since we've been back to any kind of normal, and today we open up the zoo. It's gonna be awesome, but definitely a little bit nervous about it. But regardless, today is the day. Guys, how you guys doing? Oh my gosh, hey guys, how are you? It's so good to see you guys. It's awesome. Now you guys go on in, guys. Thank you so much for being there, alright?
Hello. Shelby friend.
How you guys doing? How you doing? You guys doing alright?
Oh yeah, how about you guys?
I've been good, I cannot complain. I mean, I'm so excited to see you guys. I mean, it's so there it is, guys. That's our first 10.
No, we got 2 more that we're waiting for.
Got 2 more we're waiting for,
yeah.
and then we're good to go. So, wow, okay, good
Here we
stuff.
go.
few hours into the night, and I gotta be honest with you, it is, you know, I had a couple dreams about what it was gonna be like when people were back at the Reptarium, and it's just surreal, you know. I mean, I can't even express. I literally was shaking the first hour and a half, just with emotion, you know. And it's cool, you know. There's just a handful of people here. It's so different than before, as far as the fact that we're like looking to take animals out, and we're really but it's so fun. This is a great way to ease into this kind of reopening, and it's been amazing. Everyone's been so excited to be here. I'm excited to see people. The animals are definitely acting different today, so it is absolutely incredible. And so we have a couple more groups coming in, and then we're going to wrap up the first day of the open of Reptarium. It's a start, and I am so happy. We have to get the animals back in the groove of things, because after 3.5 months or so of just being really us here messing with them, they weren't used to the kind of, you know, the whole bustle of what happens here when the Reptarium was open. Those first couple weeks was a little bit of an adjustment period for everybody. For us, it was a new reality, right? But the animals within a couple weeks really did get back into the groove. As a matter of fact, I was pretty surprised at how quickly they adjusted to being handled and going through the motions again. In a way, I almost think they really did miss it. And then we're actually able to have 35 people per hour, and that's where we sit right now. And I tell you what, things are great. I'm not going to complain about that one bit. So here we are at our 2nd year anniversary. Thank you guys all. Let's celebrate it together. Down in the comments, give me a big happy anniversary. And the fact is that things have gone so well that we've already been talking about 3.0. That's right. But you know what? That's for another vlog. We are also working on the sloth. More and more news is coming about that over the next coming weeks. But once again, that's for another vlog, because trust me guys, we are just getting started.